stretch that he's taken advantage of this week. And, I've mentioned how well he's played on the back nine. He birdied 7, 8, 9 coming in to shoot 67 to take the lead on Friday. He's birdied 7 and 8 both days, has one birdie and a par number 9. So, if he's to get things kind of turned around here, this is the place he's done it so far this week.
Yeah, I think there's no reason for panic at all. I mean, you're at the moment, you're still a co-leader. You may not have had your best stuff early on. You've hit some pretty, some shots that have been pretty bad, quite frankly. But you're right there, and you've got holes that you've been able to, birdie, early on through the first 2 rounds. So, again, you've got to figure out a positive attitude to take from what you've just experienced in the first 6 holes and take that to the remaining 12 holes of golf that you're going to play.
And coming in, last par 5 of the days at 14. Will Haskett, there to you.
Second time I've been here today, Earl, and second time I've been here tracking a player that laid it up right into the cross bunkers. Emiliano Grillo off of his bogey at the 13th hole. Fairway wood. You can go left to the lower area of the split fairway or right to the upper area and give yourself an angle to a back left hole location. Grillo split the difference and has found the very front of a deep bunker that goes right down the middle of this fairway. But he's far enough back into it that with a wedge in his hand should have no trouble elevating up and attacking a back left hole location. Wind is gusting and moving the ball from right to left. The players cannot feel it down below as Grillo strikes it. Now against the breeze. This looks really good. Just right at the hole. Hops up, takes a bounce. Now puts the string on it and pulls back. It skipped up inside of 10 feet. I believe it's pulled back somewhere outside of 12, 15 feet. That's for a bounce back birdie for Grillo here at 14.
Must be something about that cross bunker, Earl, because a couple guys have hit it in there, and they've hit some pretty good shots out of there, but you would like to avoid doing that to give yourself a little bit of better chance to get it close.
Well, Grillo handles it well, and now a chance for him to break a 6-way tie atop the leaderboard. Grillo, Nate Lashley, James Hahn, Adam Long, Hudson Swafford, Sean O'Hare, 6 co-leaders on to Saturday as we continue PGA Tour radio coverage from the Dominican Republic and the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship.
Out on the actual property, Grillo being an ambassador for the Puntacana Resort and Club. He's got a number of folks associated with the tournament, including family members who are allowed on property along the rope line. So you may hear applause, which we don't hear very often these days on the PGA Tour if this goes down. Uphill putt for Grillo. Should move early from right to left, but there's some influence from a slope to the left-hand side that could straighten this out at the cup. It's just outside of 10 feet. Grillo stands over it, pulls the trigger up the slope. He sends the putt outside right, and he's walking after that one. And the one club that's always a weakness in the bag, Emiliano Grillo, showed some class out of the fairway bunker, but spun it just outside of a comfortable distance. Follows up a bogey at 13 with a par at 14, chucks his ball into the jungle, and walks off to 15, still at 12 under.
At the 8th, Adam Long for birdie from just inside of 20 feet above the hole, coming down towards the hole right to left and just burns the right edge and does not fall for Adam Long. He'll remain at 12 under. Meanwhile, over at the 11th, James Hahn had chipped up to about 5 feet and ducked the hole, and he misses the par putt over the right edge. So James Hahn will drop a shot to 11 under par.
One thing's for sure is we can't blame it on the putting surfaces, Kevin. They are absolutely perfect, and players just missing their lines a little bit. But again, they can't complain about the surfaces at all.
This golf course has been in incredible shape. Superintendent Julio Diaz doing a great job having this golf course ready for this championship. Again, not played in March. We're playing it now here in September. Let's go to Bill Rosinski.
And we're here at the 7th green. Luke List with a short birdie putt here. This to get to 11 under par. Sends this up to the cup. That was an easy one. That was inside 4 feet. So nicely done. Got to birdie these par 5s. List is off to the 8th.
Yeah, he had 3 putt at the previous par 5 at the 4th for par. So that was disappointing, but a nice birdie there at 7 for Luke to get him back to 11 under.
11 under is where Tyler McCumber has reached. He just made birdie at the par 4 10th hole, and Tyler McCumber now just one shot back at 11 under par. He had that great first round, Mark. Little struggles yesterday at 1 under, but coming back with a nice round here on Saturday.
Well, that's all you can do. Again, no one's running away with this. So, again, a lot of these players had to come from well back in order to get to this position. But at the same time, it's given a lot of players hope.
Now let's go back out to Bill Rosinski with the final group.
Kevin, we've got Hudson Swafford, Sean O'Hare ready to play their seconds into this par 5 7th hole. This is on the scorecard. It's 515 yards. Again, we do not have shot link numbers for most of the holes here today. We do have the par 3s for you. And back right hole location. And that lands on the middle of the green. Release. This is a pretty shot by Hudson Swafford. This is a dandy. That is going to end up all the way in the back where it needed to be, and that's probably a 15-footer uphill, going to curl to his right, looking for eagle.
But there's a good swing on that and a great distance control.
At the 9th, Zhang is 10 under. Good look for birdie here, rolling down, turning right to left towards the cup, and he walks it in. That is a bounce-back birdie for Zhang, and now 11 under par. He is one back. Let's go back to Bill at the 7th.
And now let's see if Sean O'Hare can top his playing partner. Good lie. Left side of the fairway. Like he was trying to play this low into the wind. That lands on the middle of the green. That's going to release. Come on, get up there. Crawl some more. All right, not too bad. That's in the 20-foot range, uphill putt. He is putting for eagle. Both our players are minus 12.
Two really good approach shots there for that final pairing there on that par 5 7th. And two really good looks at eagle.
Mark, interesting the different types of shots that Swafford and O'Hare hit in there with the wind. It looks like Swafford took it high in the air while O'Hare looked like it a low slinger in there.
Well, it's interesting. Obviously, it's about the yardage, Kevin. What's comfortable? What can you hit comfortably to that yardage? If you're trying to force it maybe a little more, that's why you might take it down a little bit, try to turn it into it, where Hudson kind of just let the wind dictate what was going to happen.
174 the yards today at the par 3 9th. Mackenzie Hughes, 11 under par, shot on the way. This lands in the front left of the surface, and that'll climb to below the hole. That'll be in the 15-foot range. Very good look for Mackenzie Hughes to reach 12 under playing the par 3 9th.
Good shots. Again, the interesting part, again, the guys who are at the top of the leaderboard are not really separating themselves, at the start. Obviously, again, a lot of the players that are there started well back, like Nate Lashley and certain Emiliano Grillo and Anirban Lahiri. I mean, they've shot
under.
Yeah, I'd say it was pretty good. And, whether or not they're feeding off one another right now, Kevin, I don't know. But certainly now, as they go forward, big smile on the faces of both those players. And now we got a little separation.
Yeah, they gave each other a fist bump, too, as they left the putting surface at 7, as they both drained nice eagle putts to reach 14 under par, which is currently 2 shots ahead of the other players that they had shared the lead with at 12 under par. So scoring is out there, as you mentioned several times, Mark, that the scoring was there, that Swafford and O'Hare could see that there were some birdies to be had, and now even bigger birds of prey out there.
You just have to be patient. Again, it's understandable. You're at the lead, and certainly Hudson had the lead by himself coming into the third round. And, it was a bit of a slow start. The mistake there at the second, a little bogey, but he bounced back. And now he's getting to a part of the golf course where he knows he's scored very well on all week long through the first 2 rounds. And that's good for a player to get there. And, again, no one ran away from him. So he was right there, and that was very important.
Karn, I want to go back to something I mentioned before Swafford's putt, the mental part of coming back from an injury. Sean O'Hare, nearly a year and a half. And we see so many players, the greats, Tiger Woods, injuries, Dustin Johnson's, they all have injuries. Talk about the mental part of that coming back.
Well, the problem, you have, obviously, is, where you are in your career. I mean, a lot of times, players get injuries and not that they're okay with it, but it's at a point where, okay, I can accept it and I can move on. But most of these players still want to play, and you have to battle through it. And the toughest part is, again, when you make your way back and the doctor says, yeah, you can go play. Don't worry about it. Getting beyond that hurdle of thinking it's not going to bother you is the biggest challenge.
All right, let's head back out to Will Haskett.
Thank you, Kevin. Emiliano Grillo plays into the green at the par 4 15th hole, back into the breeze. Big, healthy divot. This is leaking out to the right-hand side. That's going to land hole high right. There's a collection area over there. It's not too steep, but it should trickle off, and it does a little bit into that. He'll be pitching straight up the hill from there for a birdie, but that was not a crisp strike. Just kind of came into it a little bit steep, blocked it out to the right. Grillo has missed the green here at 15, but the up and down is not too treacherous.
And again, as we've talked earlier, that last stretch of this golf course playing a little bit more challenging today than it had the first 2 days with a different wind.
Adam Long at the 9th, 10 feet for birdie. Aggressive putt up and down it goes. That got there in a hurry and dropped just as quick. Adam Long moves to 13 under par, 4 under on today's round. That is one shot back.
Now at the 11th, Tyler McCumber, a right to left birdie putt as the ball starts right, turns left and into the cup. Tyler McCumber answers that birdie there at the 11th, takes him to 12 under par. Started the day with a bogey at the first, but it's been 5 birdies since then. McCumber now to 12 under.
One of the more impressive things about Tyler and his father, they have the same haircut. Both Mark and Tyler. That's an inside joke for those of us who work with Mark McCumber, of course, the great former Players champion and colleague of ours on PGA Tour Radio. And Tyler, sometimes seen with a mohawk. Karn, you're going to rock that mohawk look soon, aren't you?
Wouldn't wear it, but he certainly wouldn't have worn a mohawk. And I'm not sure Mark could grow the beard like Tyler's got working, but that's okay.
Don't tempt me. I would do it. Hudson Swafford, Sean O'Hare now in that final group. They have broken back in front in this tournament. We had a log jam, 6 players tied for the lead a short time ago, and now in that final group, coming off that 7th hole, par 5 opportunities. They both get it to 14 under, so a one-shot lead for them, with Adam Long off to a good start again on the front 9, and look, doing what he did yesterday, making a bunch of birdies, had 6 in a row at one point in his second round yesterday, birdies 7 and 9, so we still have a tight golf tournament with 2 tied for the lead now. Swafford and O'Hare's coverage continues from Corrales Golf Course in 60 seconds.
The PGA Tour champions are at it again. From Hall of Famers to rookies, these guys have seen a thing or two. With hundreds of trophies on their shelves, they compete as if they have none. Battling it out to prove they're better than the next guy. So tune in every week to the legendary action of the PGA Tour Champions, where legends play. For more information, go to pgatour.com/champions.
This season is unlike any other. Higher stakes, amazing stars, bigger rewards.
And get louder now. Get louder now. You know what this is all about.
Where greatness becomes glory. And now's the time to set the pace. PGA Tour, an extraordinary new season is here. Follow the action of the 2020-2021 PGA Tour season at pgatour.com.
Pitch shot for birdie for Emiliano Grillo at 15, and this one comes out a little bit low and gets away from him up the hill. It was a pretty straightforward pitch, but it landed short, skipped forward, and then releases out. That's gotten outside of 10 feet for Grillo to save his par here at 15.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship from Corrales Golf Course in the Dominican Republic. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update brought to you by MasterCard. Tap and go with your MasterCard, the simple, secure way to pay.
2 tied for the lead now on a Saturday, 14 under. Hudson Swafford, overnight leader by 2, caught at one point by 5 other players, but now he and Sean O'Hare in the final pair. They lead at 14 under par. O'Hare's off to a great start, 4 under through 7. Swafford now 2 under after 7. 1 back, Adam Long, 4 under at the turn, coming off 65 yesterday. He's followed it up nicely on the front 9, and right now sits just 1 shot off the lead. Will Haskett.
All those players are going to have to play the difficult inward stretch when you come back into the breeze. That's the case for Emiliano Grillo, gotten it to really good start. Was going along swimmingly at 13 under par for the week before a bogey at 13. Frustrating par moments ago at the par 5 14th, and now going through the paces of a par putt here at 15 that is outside of 10 feet. Had the benefit of watching the ball react on the green after it rolled by on his pitch shot moments ago. strides into it, took a couple of extra seconds in the crouch behind the golf ball, and now is ready for the par saver. This is to avoid his second bogey in his last 3 holes after getting it to 7 under on the day. Grillo, a couple of quick steadies of the feet, putter behind it. Shadow going forward towards the line. Strokes the par putt outside left, cutting right, needs to hustle, needs to go, and it misses short to the right-hand side. It's bogeys now at 13 and 15, and Grillo will enter the Devil's Elbow at 11 under par.
So he's now 3 shots back. Those players at 12 under, remaining there. Tyler McCumber, 4 under through 11. Nate Lashley in with a 65 round of 7 under today, minus 12 and 2 shots off the lead. Grillo slips into a tie at minus 11 with James Hahn, Zhang, and runner-up a year and a half ago when this tournament was held back in March, Mackenzie Hughes. They are minus 11 with Lahiri already in for the day, 8 under 64 and 11 under, 3 back as well. Bill Brzezinski.
Now coming off his eagle at the 7th, Sean O'Hare's tee shot here at the short par 4 8th, flirted with the right fairway bunker, but stayed out. Maybe a little on the downslope, the ball below his feet here as he gets ready to hit this second shot. This hole plays 399 on the card. He has birdied this hole both days. 22 up 4 from the left is the hole location. And a pretty good breeze coming off the ocean, which is just to the left of the fairway here. Good looking shot, lands hole high right, and that'll be fine. You don't want to flirt left and then tug it left. So he's outside 20 feet, that's for birdie.
Yeah, certainly those shots much easier to play with the wind coming off the left there, Earl. You can kind of try to turn it into it a little bit, or you can even ride it. So it's really a really good shot there by Hudson Swafford.
And right back to Bill, the other co-leader now, Bill.
Hudson Swafford has owned 7, 8, and 9 this week. He is now 7 under par on these 3 holes, and still his second shot at 8 to come. Good drive down the left side of the fairway. Wedge in hand, middle left hole location, plays this just to the right of the flag. That's fine. That'll be inside 15 feet. That'll be for birdie. Both our players walking up to the 8th. O'Hare and Swafford both 14 under.
Yeah, that was, I was talking about Sean O'Hare that first time, Earl. But yeah, good shot. Again, when the wind's coming off there, the problem is when the wind's blowing out to the ocean off the right, that's where it really becomes a problem.
And the co-leaders both coming off eagle at 7 with birdie looks at the 8th, Swafford and O'Hare in 60 seconds.
Play where the pros play and book your next golf vacation with the PGA Tour's TPC network. Take advantage of incredible spring vacation offers at some of our most iconic courses, including TPC Sawgrass, TPC Louisiana, and TPC Scottsdale. Live the PGA Tour experience and walk the same fairways as the game's greatest players. Stay and play vacation packages are available now. Visit tpc.com/XM to learn more. Welcome to golf at the highest level. Welcome to TPC.
The PGA Tour and PGA Tour charities are focused on providing help and support to local communities. The recently launched COVID-19 PGA Tour and Tournament Charity Relief Funds will assist in raising funds for the PGA Tour communities, as well as to the greater coronavirus relief efforts of the American Red Cross. Golf can continue to bring us together to support each other, inspire each other, and unify as one. Learn how we can support each other at PGATourCharities.org.
Sean O'Hare with a long birdie try here at number 8, the par 4. Co-leader with his playing partner Hudson Swafford at minus 14. Good front 9 for O'Hare. This is outside 25 feet. Starts this right on line. That's going to turn left, needs to turn left and won't. So maybe a little too much pace on that putt. But about 3 feet away, he's going to put a coin on this, and if that goes in, he'll still be 14 under.
Adam Long at the par 4 10th. Second shot, he's 13 under par. Thanks to that birdie at the 9th. And a little lean towards the left as this ball comes towards this elevated putting surface. Good line. That's going to hop forward, and that is going to go. We give it to him. He'll have to putt it 3-footer to reach 14 under.
Well, that was well judged because that was downwind there, Kevin. And the fact that he played it to a point where he knew it was going to bounce and release. Oh, that was just a couple feet from almost going in. Great shot there from Adam Long.
And back to the 8th now, back to Bill.
And now Hudson Swafford for birdie here at the 8th. He's hole high right, 15-footer. Starts this on line. Boy, this is dead center. Perfect. Right in the heart of the cup. All of a sudden, that flat stick heating up like it's been all week for him. He's got the lead now at 15 under par.
I would say that eagle back at 7 kickstart may have been that par save for the hole before that, Earl, that helped.
Yeah, I think that one certainly, it's a momentum saver. Then the builder with that big eagle at the 7th hole to vault back to in the lead with Sean O'Hare. Now you back it up with a birdie. So Swafford is kind of back on the horse again and 3 under in his last couple of holes. Hudson Swafford back in front by himself at 15 under par. Came into today with only 50 putts for the week, the best of any player in the field. And like Bill said, Carney, that thing's heating up again. You start making eagles and birdies.
Yeah, I think the key was, again, no one, even though he made a bogey early on and he was out of the lead, no one really jumped out. No one really took control of the golf tournament. There was still, everybody was in the mix. And that certainly gives a player, again, once he gets into the golf course, gets more holes under him, gives him more of a chance. And, that's a confidence builder for players when you don't see anybody really jump out and take control of the golf tournament.
And 7, 8, 9 for Swafford yesterday. 3 birdies in a row to cap off his round out. Eagle at 7, birdie at 8, and on the tee at the par 3 ninth, the leader in 60 seconds. So a good opportunity, Carney, for him to keep this run going.
And one of the reasons, it's a front left hole location, ideally. You get it past the hole, then it becomes a little more challenging. But if you can somehow keep it below the hole, gives you an uphill or maybe a side hill putt. Of course, that you risk the front edge there, but that's where guys are going to make most of their putts from.
Well, you can't ask for better views on these tees. Some of these holes alongside the Caribbean, this is one of them, Bill.
Oh, beautiful vistas here. Absolutely amazing. You try to take pictures of this on your iPhone, it just doesn't do it justice. I guess some of the camera work, TV cameras, can give you the real look here. Here's Hudson Swafford on the tee at 9. Playing 174, front left hole location. Wind coming from the left. That lands over the flag. Hang on the green here. Yeah, that'll be okay. And that's going to curl around. That'll be a downhill putt for Hudson Swafford outside 25 feet. And Carney, I think you go back to this round for him. The sand save at 5, and then the up and down at 6. Those were 2. I know we love birdies and eagles, but those 2 pars set him up for what's happened after that.
Oh, absolutely, Bill. I mean, that's it's not always birdies that create the momentum.
I don't want to mess around with it too much. So like 68?
Yeah, I agree with that.
68. I just don't think 9 is enough. Yep. I mean, do you think 9 is enough?
And Sean O'Hare and his caddy, Bob Fritz. It took a while to pick a club. It's been more than 9 years since his last of his 4 wins on the PGA Tour, and he's fighting hard too. Still with a share this, had to share the lead. Now 1 back, Bill.
All right, O'Hare on the tee here, still staring at the green. The wind seems to have kicked up a little bit as he was pulling that club out.
100%. Really good. Yeah.
Yeah, back to the bag, new club. Let's see if this was the right one. Again, playing 174.
AC unit of that tent there? Exactly.
That's Bob Fritz's caddy. And again, front left hole location. And O'Hare's been blemish-free on this 9. In fact, he's only made 1 bogey all week. That's how strong his play has been. So 1 behind his playing partner at 14 under. And plays away here at 9. This looks to be over the flag, and that is just past Hudson Swafford's ball. So similar lines. O'Hare will putt first from outside 25 feet, so both will have lengthy birdie tries here at number 9. You got Swafford at 15 under, O'Hare at -14.
Well, that certainly will help Hudson, but both those putts are going to be tricky little putts down the slope there at 9.
Adam Long at the 10th to finish off what was a great approach shot downwind. It's just outside of 3 feet above the cup and to the right. He's really whipping his shirt and slacks all up to the cup and down. Like I said, it was a gimme for Adam Long as he moves to 14 under par.
Let's go up ahead, Will Haskett.
Tyler McCumber playing some really solid golf and looking to feast on the par 5 12th. Downwind and up a tee box today. McCumber was able to take it all the way down to the low level of the fairway, which players were on the top shelf most of the beginning of this week. Now it's just an iron in hand to a back middle hole location. McCumber flicks it up into the sky. Down breeze. This needs to dig and hustle hard. It's on a good line. Lands on the front edge of the green. Needs to release. It's trying to release all the way up the two-tiered ridge, but it's not going to get all the way there. That's going to get repelled by a giant slope. There's about a 3-foot rise in the middle of this green. So it's on the front portion of the green. It'll be an eagle putt for McCumber up a giant ramp outside of 40 feet, but on the dance floor here in 2 at 12.
Yeah, trying to judge that ball releasing, just wasn't able to do that. And obviously didn't want to go over the back of that green there. And, Tyler's going to have a chance. You never know. We've seen a lot of hold eagle putts so far today, Earl.
Yep, he's at 12 under, and he's played the par 5s well. I'll go back to that stat. One of the better scoring averages on the par 5s in the field this week. At 12 under, though, he's got company. Zhang just birdied number 11, starting the back 9 with a par 10. Picks up birdie at 11, so it's been a good week for China's Zhang, tied for 4th now. 3 back, 12 under.
Absolutely. A guy that's it's come off the Korn Ferry Tour, won on the PGA Tour China, made his way to the Korn Ferry Tour, and now on the PGA Tour. It's a great opportunity, and again, it just shows you what the PGA Tour does with its international tours to feed the players to its main tour, which is the PGA Tour.
That par 5 scoring, checking the numbers right now, middle of round 3. Ryan Brehm is number 1 in par 5 scoring, but Tyler McCumber, Hudson Swafford tied for 2nd, Emiliano Grillo number 4, Luke List and Sean O'Hare tied for 5th. That tells a big story, doesn't it?
They're all at the top of the leaderboard, which is a good thing.
Yeah, and playing the par 3 threes well, obviously, is a big key. And Hudson Swafford tied for 5th in par 3 scoring. Tyler McCumber, number 2.
Was very aggressive there for Sean O'Hare, and a lot of times you see that, Earl. That wouldn't shock me at all if this putt for Hudson doesn't come up short.
Right back to you, Bill.
All right, well, let's see what Hudson Swafford learned. This is the same line, only maybe a couple of feet closer. And he saw that ball come down the hill and just take off. Remember the wind, the wind's blowing from off the water here. He gave that just a little touch, and down the slope it goes. That's got a stretch, watching that line. And that did not fall either. But I'll tell you what, he's glad he putted 2nd. Let's see if he puts a mark on this. Yes, he will put a mark on this. And now we'll have Sean O'Hare, who's only had 1 bogey this week, and have to make a 10-footer here at 9.
And Will Haskett back to you at 12.
Tyler McCumber, plenty of work still to do for his 2-putt birdie here at the 12th. It's a pretty straightforward putt the rest of the way. Mentioned how quick it was when it came up over the top of the ridge, and then when it gets to the cup, it actually goes back uphill. So he can be somewhat aggressive with the pace here. And there definitely is some movement from his left to right. Has his right hand on the putter, straightens the hips, puts the left hand on the grip. One more look down the line. Birdie putt for Tyler McCumber is on its way. Outside left, cutting right. Good line. Oh, it missed off to the right. Oh, didn't have enough pace. His length reaches into 3 putts for par, and the stays at 12 under.
And back to Bill Rosinski.
All right, here we go. Sean O'Hare, uphill, par putt, inside 10 feet here at number 9. And this to remain at 14 under par. Really played well here the first 9 holes. Just got aggressive on that birdie try. Sends this up to the cup. This has good pace, and this will not fall. That's going to be his 2nd bogey of the week. And he's going to pay the price for that aggressive birdie try from about 30 feet. That's a bogey, so he will be 3 under for the round, making the turn, and minus 13.
Yeah, a little disappointed because that first putt was not even close, and just got to get that out of your mind there, Earl.
Yeah, so he slips out of a tie for 2nd, leaves Adam Long alone at 14 under par. So Hudson Swafford, who was shaky to start today, got things going late in that back 9 and will turn with the lead, it looks like, at 15 under, Bill.
Yep, and taking his time with this one here. This is for par, and this would be to shoot a 3 under, 33 on this 9. But he was even before he got to the 7th hole. Made eagle, birdied 8. Now here's the par putt at 9, and that's dead center. So Hudson Swafford 15 under, heading to the back 9 on Saturday. Playing partner Sean O'Hare minus 13.
Adam Long at the par 3 11th from the left side of the tee box, front left hole location, 241. He leans to the right as this ball comes into the surface, and that lands just left short of the green, and that is going to miss the surface. And short-sided himself is Adam Long. That'll be difficult up and down to remain 14 under.
Yeah, very difficult. It is on an upslope, so that'll be helpful. But the problem is he's got to hit it to the elevated green downwind, which could be a problem.
Well, if he can't convert that, it's going to be a two-shot lead again for Hudson Swafford on a Saturday. Makes the turn, 9 to play. That big run of eagle birdie at 7 and 8 has Hudson Swafford back in front. 15 under par, 9 to play. In round 3 is PGA Tour radio coverage continues from the Dominican Republic, the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship.
He is second at the par 3 11th. He is short-sided himself on the downside of the hump that's on the left side of the green. It's a delicate shot here for Adam Long. Gripping down on the club, feet close together, pops that up onto the hill. This turn just has a chance to go just to the low side. And there's it rolls out about 4, maybe 5 feet for a par-saving putt. Nice effort there by Adam Long. Has a chance to remain 14 under.
Well, your tournament leader has made its way to the back nine on the tee at the par 4 10th. Straight downwind. This hole playing 496 yards. Harris English quickly down to pick up a tee. This lands right center of the fairway, and that is perfect right in the middle.
Well, Hudson Swafford with the lead on this back nine has not made a bogey on the tougher of the 2 9s all week. He's made 7 birdies so far in this second nine, 31 as part of his 65 on Thursday. Made a couple of birdies here to start things off yesterday, shooting 67, so he's got the lead back on a section of the course he's played as well as anyone, Karn.
Coming off the 3-putt bogey back at the night, Sean O'Hare hits his tee shot here at the 10th. That's also a good one. That sneaks past the tee shot of Hudson Swafford. That's down the left side of the fairway, but 2 good tee shots for the final grouping there at 10.
Adam Long just inside of 5 feet for the par save, the up and down at 11. Hole high right stroke on the way and centered down. That is an excellent par save scramble for Adam Long. He remains 14 under, headed to the par 5 12th.
Yeah, great up and down there by Adam Long. As Kevin mentioned, short-sided himself there, and really good touch to get that one close enough to convert.
Well, he put himself in the tournament yesterday with a run of 6 birdies in a row from 5 through 10. Shot 65 despite a couple of bogeys on the back nine yesterday. One of those at the par 5 14th, and he kind of picked up right where he left off Carney today. 4 under in the front nine, the birdie at 10 to start the back nine, and 5 under par, the closest to our leader at 14 under and just 1 back.
Well, you see that it's a common thread. It seems to be the guys that have played good, leading up to the third round, have continued it in the third round, as Adam Long has, and Hudson. There's the one blemish on Hudson's scorecard early on. Again, we're seeing a little bit of separation, but it's kind of how it was coming into the third round now, with Hudson on top, with a lot of players real close. And as I've said earlier, the ones that have gone really low, at least at this point, were well back and unable to really separate themselves from Hudson.
And the back nine is playing, look, as tough as it's played all week, almost a quarter shot over par, 36.22. The finishing stretch, 16, 17, and 18. El Coto del Diablo, the Devil's Elbow, is difficult. And the par 3 at 11 is the toughest hole today. 28 bogeys and a double there today. So this is going to be a difficult back nine to navigate.
Well, certainly the Devil has given these players the elbow as they finish down the stretch. So you got to be able to box out pretty good, Earl, and he's boxing out right now.
It's been a flying elbow at the Devil's Elbow for a lot of players. 11th under par for Emiliano Grillo at the 17th. Great look for birdie just outside 12 feet for Grillo as he sets in, little forward press, putt on the way. Will it catch the edge? It does, and it won't fall. It's hanging on the edge, just lost speed quickly, and that is as close as you can come to a birdie without making one. He will tap it in to stay 5 under for the round, minus 11. Will?
Tyler McCumber walking into his second shot at the par 4 13th hole from the right side of the fairway, ball above his feet, and a shot to a back left hole location that is inside of 150 yards, but it is uphill, back into the breeze. and probably playing a good solid 8 or 9 yards over its number. Oh, a really good compressed sound of the golf ball as McCumber passes through it, turning over a draw against the breeze, but he overcooks this one. That ends up long and left and on the wrong side of a ridge. It's on the putting surface, but he cannot see that golf ball that's disappeared a little bit long, carried it too far. Birdie putt's going to be topsy-turvy outside of 20-25 feet.
Yeah, kind of not quite as spot on as he was leading up to those few holes there. Mark, I should say Earl, and thinking of his dad, Mark, trying to explain to his dad what's going on here, but I'm sure Mark knows what's going on with Tyler. But that's golf, and you just got to kind of get yourself back into the focus.
12th hole, Kelly Kraft punting through a shadow just inside 10 feet to get to -12, right to left breaker. Bending catches the left edge and lipped out. Oh, had a chance there at a good one. From short range, will walk around the other side and tap in. He'll stay 3 under on the round. Heading to 13 still, 11 under, 4 off the lead.
Of course, Kelly Kraft early this week had a hole-in-one at the par 3 night as we're on the tee at the 12th. That the sound of the tee shot of Adam Long. This par 5, again playing downwind as this one heads down the fairway. And that actually scoots past, assuming a player in front of them. I'm not sure if Adam knows that. That was Sepp Straka. And fairway was not quite clear. That might give himself a little scolding out there.
Well, they've got to look back. That's for sure, as that one snuck by him. Kelly Kraft, you mentioned that hole-in-one at number 9 to wrap up his round on Thursday. He was even par with 3 to play, coming in on the front. Went eagle at 7, par at 8, hole-in-one at 9 to finish a 468 shot. Another one yesterday, and he's right there today, 3 under, bogey free. That little 3-hole stretch and a spectacular one to finish up on Thursday really vaulted him seemingly into contention today on a Saturday now. Bill?
And Earl, we've got Hudson Swafford, who took a long time. He was looking in that yardage book and talking with his caddy. Caddy, by the way, is Kyle Bradley, and finally pulled out a club. This will be his second at the par 4 10th. Down breeze, and the hole is back right. Holds the follow through, lands in the middle of the green, takes a big bounce. This is another pretty shot by Hudson Swafford. That is going to end up just above the flag and curl a little bit closer to the hole. That's nicely done. Former Georgia Bulldog, 3-time All-American at UGA, and he's hunting birdie again here at 10.
Really good judge, again, of that bounce downwind and distance. Didn't take on the flag like Adam Long did, but if you do that, you got to take on that right greenside bunker, and Hudson Swafford, really good shot there.
And Sean O'Hare stepping in next there, Bill.
Yeah, a little bit closer. He took it down the left side of the fairway, as Carney called it. Just a rock-solid week so far for Sean O'Hare. Coming off bogey, however, at 9. This is airborne here at 10. Well, that got just not enough club. It landed on the green softly. Didn't take the big roll like Hudson Swafford's ball did, so he's in the middle of the green. He'll be putting uphill from some 30 feet for a birdie. Right now, we got Swafford at 15 and O'Hare at 13 as our final pairing on Saturday. Make the turn to the back 9.
Yeah, Sean's going to kind of get that out of his head, the 3-putt there back at the 9th and get refocused. And always tough playing downwind. Really hard to judge distances. And really that shot there by Hudson Swafford was extremely well done.
Yeah, the flag's flopping around pretty good for the week so far. We have not had a lot of that today, obviously, Carney. I mean, the most factor the wind has been all week so far.
Yeah, it has, and without question. I mean, it's been breezy all week long, but we heard early on from Anaban Lahiri that and Nate Lashley about how the wind was blowing, but it's a lot more comfortable on the golf course. Players not feeling quite as oppressive with the high humidity that they had the first 2 days.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship, part of the season-long points race for the FedEx Cup. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update from Corrales Golf Course in the Dominican Republic.
Hudson Swafford in the lead, thanks mainly to a 2-hole stretch to finish the front 9. Eagle at 7, birdie at 8. Turned around a struggle for him early in the day to a 1-shot lead, 15 under as he starts a back 9. Adam Long is next, -14, solo second. He's 5 under through 11. Sean O'Hare is at 13 under par, 3 under at the turn for him, solo third, and 2 behind. once again. Tied for fourth, Zhang is 12 under. He just birdied the tough 11th and just hit it on in 2 at the par 5 12. He'll have inside 20 feet for an eagle coming up for Zhang right now, tied for fourth with Nate Lashley, who shot 65, and Tyler McCumber still on the course. They are 3 back. Minus 11, low round of the day, Anirban Lahiri with a 64. Post minus 11, Emiliano Grillo, Kelly Kraft, Mackenzie Hughes still on the course on the back 9, 11 under as well, and 4 off the lead.
The Corn Ferry Tour, the pathway to the PGA Tour, is at Crestview Country Club for the 19th consecutive year. Third round of the 31st play of the Wichita Open supporting Wichita's youth. Jared Wolf is 5 under through 12 holes today and 17 under overall. That's good for a 3-shot lead right now over Taylor Pendrith, who's 1 under on today's round. And Brad Hopfinger and Taylor Montgomery are 4 shots back at 13 under par.
All right, let's catch back up to the final group of the day, including the leader, Hudson Swafford. Bill Rosinski, back to you.
Yeah, Earl, we're here at 10 on the green, and Sean O'Hare will putt first. This is outside 30 feet. And Caddy's going to pull the flag out. I thought he might tend it for a second, or leave it in. But both these players don't leave the flags in at all. Old school. All right, let's see if O'Hare can rebound here after that bogey at 9. In the middle of the green, putting to the back right corner. Down the slope it goes. Needs to turn to the right. This is a pretty good-looking putt. It's going to hang on the left edge, and that's okay. That beat the last putt at 9, where he blew it by some 10 feet. He'll tap that in for par. Sean O'Hare will remain minus 13.
Yeah, I would say so. Again, a nice bounce back there, and well judged on the pace for Sean there at 10.
Yeah, trying to hang in there. 13 under for him. He started the day, one of those players, one of the 3, 2 shots off the lead, held by Hudson Swafford. Got off to a nice start. Couple of early birdies at 3 and 4. Swafford struggled a bit until he got to 7 and made the eagle there to jump back in front along with Sean O'Hare, who also eagled that par 5. And then Swafford followed up with birdie at 8, and that's why he's in front right now, Bill.
And let's see what he can do here as he starts this back 9 on Saturday. Again, he, like Sean O'Hare, he needs some FedEx Cup points to get off this medical exemption. O'Hare's got 15 more events. And Hudson's running out of time here. So this is a downhill putt. Should break a little to his right, and it's some 18 feet away. Starts it down the slope, inching closer to the hole. And he didn't hit it hard enough. Well, that was the right idea, but didn't have enough in the gas tank. Let's see, he's going to walk up here. This should be routine. Putter blade back, contact made. That's a 4 on the card for Hudson Swafford to start the back 9. He's still 15 under.
And not many putts worse than leaving putts short, Earl, when you've got a really good look at it. And obviously there was something that he wasn't quite sure of. But still good effort there. And, again, going along nicely.
Up to 13 now, Will Haskett.
The ball of Tyler McCumbers went far enough over the back of the green. Did not hold the putting surface as I originally thought. He is chipping his third up onto the ridge, now asking for it to come back to the left-hand side. This looks really good. He walks after it and looks as it just breaks across the front of the cup. That was well done and good touch from Tyler McCumber. It's rolled by a couple of feet, but he should, I think, be able to manage that to stay at 12 under par.
Again, just a couple of mistakes there, and just got to make sure you knock that one in to keep the momentum going for Tyler.
Well, and Hudson Swafford still in front, protecting a 1-shot lead right now in the back 9. Kevin Sylvester.
Par 5, 12th, Zhang, 12 under, chance to reach 14. 4 eagle, 15 feet away, sends us down the slope, turning right to left, and that is going to miss on the left side. That really snapped about 2 feet from the cup to the left, but he'll have a short birdie putt, and we'll give that to him. He'll reach 13 under par.
And not a bad effort. Again, above the hole there, it's always difficult to judge the pace.
The defining moment happened on March 24th at the Players' Championship.
Johnny, that's better than most. How about him? That is better than most. Better than most.
Don't miss the defining moment in 2021 as the Players' Championship returns to TPC Sawgrass March 10th through 14th. To learn more, visit theplayers.com.
Hey parents, need help with homeschool? Well, look no further as the PGA Tour is bringing golf to your lesson plans as they introduce Links to Learning, a kid-friendly, fun, creative way of teaching and inspiring children at home through golf. In partnership with the First Tee, the Tour has developed an at-home curriculum that incorporates lessons in reading, writing, STEM, history, art, and fitness. To learn more and view lesson plans, visit pgatour.com/links-to-learning.
Eastern Shore of the Dominican Republic this week.
Momentum and try to get it up and down, so he's going to have to make a lengthy putt.
Yeah, he has work already 2 shots back. Hudson Swafford hit a solid tee shot into a tough par 3, so he's going to have a birdie try. It's a lengthy one, but you don't want to fool around at 11 today. It's one of the many tough spots on the back 9, and, you have to brace yourself after 2 par 5s. One's coming up at 12. You get another at 14. That finishing stretch, the Devil's Elbow today, 16, 17, and 18, playing about half a shot over par. And that 17th hole, the other par 3, there's only been 1 birdie there. So if you get birdies at these par 3s, you're earning it, Bill.
Boy, certainly. As I said when he hit the tee shot here, it was just fine. He's going to have 25 feet downhill. Should move to his right. But anytime you can put a 3 on the card here at 11, that's a good score. Picking up some shots on the field as this goes in. Ball's moving down the slope, inside 10, inside 5, and that's going to scoot by on the right side. That was an aggressive run, not a bad read. Missed it on the low side right, so he's got a couple of feet here. Should be able to knock it home, and Swafford will stay 15 under.
Yeah, maybe just a little too much pace on that one, but a good effort.
And Adam Long walking back down the slope to his golf ball, and after further examination, Karn looks dead on with that angle. Not as great as it first appeared, as he has to play it over the corner of the bunker, left corner of the bunker, and the hole location just about 5 paces from the end of the downslope. It's if they buried a baseball tarp in the middle of the green, and this could run away quickly here, as Adam Long is rehearsing that short stroke to clip the golf ball right off the surface. Feet are together, gripping down on the grip of the club. Lines it up just off the toe of the wedge. Now leans in. Contact, sends us up towards left of the flag. That landed softly. Now is curling down the slope. Well done for Adam Long. 5 feet away for birdie at the 12th.
Yeah, that was a really good shot. Judged that one. Took his time. And really made the safe play, even though it was a really ended up being a good shot.
Bill, back to you at 11.
Oh, big putt here for Sean O'Hare here at the par 3 11th. Missed the green left. Had a real difficult chip and ran it by outside 10 feet. And now for par. Ball is on its way, and he walks it in. That's a big up and down for Sean O'Hare. Nicely done to stay 13 under.
Absolutely. That was important. Great up and down there.
Yeah, not to lose any more ground to the leader. He, one of the many who had caught up when Swafford struggled early in the round, and that's a huge save at a tough par 3, the toughest hole today to stay 2 back, Will.
Seen some great scoring today, Earl. There's no doubt about it. I think the next 2 hours, or I guess a little bit less than 2 hours, is going to be the most fascinating part of the day. And once you get past 12, there's really no guaranteed layup stroke gainer the rest of the way in. There are bogeys to be made. There are birdies to be rewarded again for good shots, and I think we'll see who really stacks up to be the favorite going into tomorrow. Zhang has played his way into that conversation after that pretty stress-free birdie at the 12th. Beautiful tee shot at the par 4 13th hole down the hill. Avoided a couple of divots in the low-lying part of the fairway, but has a flat lie coming back up the slope to a hole cut in the back left portion of this green. Cannot make the mistake of going long here and overcooking something into the wind. Zhang, it's inside of 150 yards. Crisply through it. This is up the hill. This is definitely not going to be long. This needs to go hard. It lands in the front portion of the green and spins backwards. That ball never had a chance of getting anywhere close. There's a false sort of edge in the middle front of this green. It's pulled off nearly to the front edge. It's going to be a very slow uphill birdie putt outside of 40 feet for Zhang here at 13.
I think Will makes a great point there. I mean, can these guys hold on? Are they going to, can they maintain their position, as we've seen players get to those last 4 or 5 holes and then struggle a little bit? They're interesting to see if the leaders can can either stay there or maybe even gain some spots by playing those final holes extremely well.
Yeah, I mean, if you play them solidly, you're going to gain spots. There's no doubt about it. Certainly a tough finish, and Adam Long trying to finish up right now, Kevin.
5 feet below the hole, should move just a tinge to his right. Strokes the ball, starts it out left center, and it turns right to the center and down. Adam Long. That is 2 straight up and downs at 11 for a great par save, and at 12 to reach 15 under.
Well, Earl, it wasn't as long a run as it was yesterday, but a great run for Adam Long to join the lead.
Well, you have Hudson Swafford and Adam Long now in the lead to share the lead at 15 under par. So we are tied up again. We have been a bunch on a Saturday, and we'll see how things break out on the back nine as PGA Tour radio coverage of the third event of 50 FedEx Cup events this season continues. It's round 3 of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship.
Imagine a one-stop service for worldwide golf vacations. Golf Breaks by PGA Tour will be your own personal golf travel specialist. They'll organize your travel and save you money at some of the most scenic and iconic golf courses on the PGA Tour and beyond. You now have the opportunity to play where the pros play and experience a golf trip of a lifetime. Golf Breaks by PGA Tour. Golf travel made easy since 1998. Book your trip today at golfbreaks.com.
Moving day in the Dominican Republic. A gorgeous Saturday. It's hot, a little steamy, but the wind is blowing, making things a little bit more comfortable for the players and those of us broadcasting this event. Pete and Alice Dyer, perhaps best known for their work at TPC Sawgrass, but they had a home at Casa de Campo. It's about an hour west of Corrales, starting in the early 1970s in the city of La Romana. They designed all 3 courses there, and their first project enlisted over 300 local laborers and machetes to clear the land for the Teeth of the Dog course back in 1971. Of course, we're playing a Tom Fazio layout this week on the PGA Tour, and lots of birdies flying around here today.
There's no doubt that Teeth of the Dog course at Casa de Campo did host a PGA Tour Latino America event, the Dominican Open, from 2014 to 2016. And, of course, this, not only the first international event since the return to golf from the PGA Tour in mid-June, it is the first PGA Tour event to be held in the Dominican Republic, a third year for this event on the PGA Tour. Played a year and a half after it was last played. It's a March event, but I mentioned going to get played twice this season, having a fall spot for its first appearance, and full FedEx Cup points to the winner this week, Will Haskett.
Long-range birdie effort for Xinjun Zhang at the par 4 13th hole has left the flag stick in from the very front of the green. He's putting to a hole that is cut some 15 paces on. So the math pretty easy there. 45 feet or so, Zhang up over a ridge with a lot of pace. It's outside right, trying to come back left. Good-looking line to the hole and in. Hit the flag stick and made it with a little fist pump. Oh, the unlikeliest of makes. Zhang from long distance here at 13. How you doing? 14 under par.
Xinjun Zhang gets within 1 of the lead. Wow, and a chance, a player from China, 33 years old, from Shanxi, China. That's in the mountains of North China. A chance to make some history as a player from China trying to win on the PGA Tour. Became the first player from China to win on the PGA Tour Series China when he captured the Beijing Open in 2014, and he is knocking on the door now. Kevin, just 1 off the lead.
Well, Earl, it's an example of how, we're playing the first international tournament since our restart on the PGA Tour in the Dominican Republic, and a great showcase of all the international talent we have in professional golf on the PGA Tour. And what a round Zhang is having here. And, this is a guy who just played steady along each day and kind of under the radar, but he's not anymore. Not when you're making bombs like that for birdie to reach 14 under par.
Yeah, you mentioned the international flavor, and it's been there for years, but it's getting deeper and deeper every year on the PGA Tour. This year, the membership includes 94 international players. Obviously, Xinjun Zhang is one of them, from 29 different countries. He was a guy, as a teenager, he worked as a security guard at the golf club and Xi'an in China. Went from security guard to range picker to caddy. Picked up a club at one point. Said he loved the sport. Played his first round ever at the age of 18. An employee outing, he shot $118 that day. Shooting a little better than that this week. 14 under and one back.
Goes to show you what putting the work in can do, and just what inspires players. I mean, to pick a club up at 18 and shoot over 100, and to be just one off the lead on the PGA Tour, that's incredible. I also think of a guy like Tyrrell Hatton, not playing this week, but there's a guy who was really just a +3 handicapper. That's not tour material, but he worked at it and made his way to be one of the top players in the world too.
Yeah, we've talked Sean O'Hare, who's in the mix this week. He turned pro at 17. Zhang didn't start playing until he was 18, and he's just one off the lead now. Adam Long, Hudson Swafford share the lead as we continue back nine coverage in Puntacana in 60 seconds.
The PGA Tour champions are at it again.
For 13th, right side. It's ball above his feet in the rough. And his ball also just in the shadows of the trees. You have to concentrate, not let that him distract you. Chokes down on the club, sends this high into the air towards the left side of the green, and that's where the ball's going to land. Good shot. That chases up, and now it'll curl to the right. Outstanding shot. Inside of 10 feet, hole high left for Adam Long. Great opportunity from a missed fairway to reach 16 under.
Well, in a 7 under round to get in the hunt yesterday, and that putt down, a really good chance, like Kevin said, to put him 7 under on the day. Wow, Adam Long has been playing great golf, Carney. It's tough to do back-to-back days. He's done it so far.
Absolutely has, and put himself in a great position there at 13 to try to pick up another birdie, and he's just been solid. He hasn't made any mistakes. He had some great up and downs, particularly the one back there at 12 for birdie. So Adam Long, he is definitely motivated and playing well.
Well, you have two tied for the lead now, Long and Hudson Swafford, and kind of interesting, their wins on the PGA Tour, same place, the American Express for Hudson Swafford and Adam Long, both now trying to break through and get a second win and battling atop the leaderboard at 15 under, Bill.
And this final pairing on this Saturday, waiting in the fairway at the par 5 12th. Luke List playing ahead of him here. He had to get a ruling by the TV tower, so they're just finishing up here on the green. Good tee shot for Hudson Swafford down the middle of the fairway. Sean O'Hare's ball landed in the left side of the fairway, but trickled into the first cut. They'll be waiting to hit their seconds here at the par 5.
Now, interesting, Earl, you mentioned about the wins both there at the American Express out in Palm Desert, California, Palm Springs. It's a resort. Those are resort courses. Now, I don't know if there's any connection with that, but certainly they know that they got to make a bunch of birdies.
Well, Carney, you mentioned it. I was just thinking the same thing. Resort courses and play the wind, right? I mean, that's how you get it done at the American Express, and both have, and both certainly going to get done so far here this week, and trying to see if one of those two can break in front. They're in consecutive groups there, so Adam Long just ahead. Playing 13, Hudson Swafford at the 12th now, and the advantage would be for a guy like Hudson Swafford, you get the par 5 that Adam Long just played. He's going to have his chance to break back in front at 12 coming up.
Absolutely. Again, you talk about the resort courses. You know you got to make a bunch of birdies, so you have to go into it with that attitude, and it looks like both those players are using that experience to their benefit.
When facing inclement weather, our team relies on Gustbuster umbrellas, the #1 umbrella in golf, because it's unflippable, unflappable, and unleakable in winds exceeding 55 miles an hour. Gustbuster's award-winning design is wind tunnel tested, and it was named the year's best golf umbrella for wind resistance by golf.com. To purchase a Gustbuster umbrella, you can visit a golf retailer near you or shop online at amazon.com.
You're listening to exclusive coverage of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship from Corrales Golf Course in the Dominican Republic. And as we do at the top and bottom of every hour in our live play-by-play coverage, time now for a leaderboard update brought to you by MasterCard. Tap and go with your MasterCard, the simple, secure way to pay.
We started the day with some low scores. We had 6 tied for the lead at one point. Right now, 2 tied on the back 9. Hudson Swafford and Adam Long at 15 under par. China's Zhang just 1 back, 5 under through 13. He's 14 under for the week. Sean O'Hare solo 4th, minus 13 and 2 shots back. 12 under Nate Lashley, who was a winner at this course when it was a Korn Ferry Tour event, 2017. Had one of the low ones early at 7 under 65. He's still in the top 5, fifth by himself at 12 under. 64 the low round today. Anirban Lahiri shoots an 8 under round to get to minus 11. Tied for 6th with Tyler McCumber, Kelly Kraft, Mackenzie Hughes, Justin Suh. They're all still on the course on the back 9, 11 under, and 4 shots off the lead, Will.
Friday at Hidden Hills Golf Club in Northeast Florida, Carson Young drained a 25-foot birdie putt on the first playoff hole to win the Jacksonville Championship.
Has pushed back in front with another one at 13, and this was the stretch where he had trouble yesterday, made consecutive bogeys, so he's kind of taking care of that now in the outright lead by 1.
Yeah, speaking of that, the ambassador of the Puntacana Resort and Club, Grillo, had gotten to 13 under through 12 holes, Earl, but he made 3 bogeys in that last stretch of 6 holes. He finished at 10 under, so it is a challenge out there if you don't execute.
Yeah, and I've been looking at it all day, and you have too on the scoring. Once you get by 14, the second par 5, there's just not a lot of birdies out there. Only 8 today at 15, just 6 at 16, only 2 at 17 today, and still only 3 birdies at 18. So they dry up pretty quickly, Will.
Xinjun Zhang putting the glove on now at the par 5, 14th hole. He's played this 630-yard par 5 all the way up the left-hand side, drove it a little bit left, then trying to lay it up in the lower half of the fairway, tugged it a little bit left. He has found the rough, but this past Palom rough, if the ball gets down into it, it is an absolute death sentence, but sometimes it can sit up like you're hitting off a mat. That is the case for Zhang right now. The entire ball sitting on top of the rough to a back left hole location. Trying to clip it from the back of his stance, spin it, give himself a birdie look. Wedge is through it. It sounded just a tad heavy as he made contact, but this one goes over the top of the flagstick, airmails the green, and catapults long and left. I don't know if you can hit a flyer with a little 3-quarter shot, but Zhang has missed the green long and left. That's a cardinal sin here at the par 5, and will have to scramble for his par.
Adam Long has just struck his tee ball at the par 5 14th and sends it out to the right side of the fairway, clear of the bunker. Good position for Adam Long at 16 under par in the fairway at the 14th.
Back to Bill Rosinski at 12.
Sean O'Hare did a lot of homework to get ready to hit this third shot here at the par 5 12th. He laid up from the left rough, wedge in hand. He actually ran up to the base of the green here. This is an elevated green to take a peek, and then all the way back to his golf ball. So now ready to play. Flag today is 27 back, and you've got a good 27 feet on either side of the hole if you miss. He's going to take this low. This is going to land in the front of the green, take a big bounce, got the hill. Oh, this is a pretty shot. This is going right at the flag. This might go in. Oh, and just misses on the right. Oh, my goodness. Sean O'Hare almost had an eagle from some 100 yards away. What a great play. Couple of feet away. He's going to knock that in for birdie, and he'll get to 14 under.
Well, that was beautifully judged. Had to chase it up that slope. He did it perfectly, and now an easy attempt for a birdie.
Yeah, all that work paid off going up to the green there, and he judged it perfectly. And Sean O'Hare is going to get back within 2 with Hudson Swafford now 1 back. Not on the green yet, Bill?
Hudson Swafford is going to play a low runner trying to get it up the hill, and my goodness, that did not make it. There's a huge hill in the middle of this green. I mean, that's a big slope, and he tried to bump it into that hill and get it to slow down, and instead, that never got there. So he is not real happy here. He's going to have a birdie putt, but this did not turn out the way he wanted it to.
Yeah, that was not very well executed. Almost tried to be a little too cute with that one, Earl. Obviously, he knew he needed to get up on top there, and he wanted to get it to get close, but maybe he was trying a little too much to get it perfect, and the result, not good. And he's left with a difficult putt for birdie, maybe even a difficult 2-putt.
I mean, those are always awkward shots, right, Carney? I mean, these elevated greens where he was playing from, a lot of elevation, that slope in the front edge. He was trying to bump it onto the top of the slope and never got it up there, and that ball never had a chance to get up and over, Bill.
Yeah, so now Hudson Swafford has taken the long trek up the slope. This is a really steep slope that he's going to have to hit this putt on. And then he's got to have the right speed because it's going to be slightly downhill after that. So if he can come out of this with a 2-putt par, I think he'd be happy after that very poor chip shot. So right now 15 under, playing the par 5 12s, and now starting to walk in here. And again, this is all about the pace. You got to get it up this slope. One more look. Gives it a wrap. Get up the slope. It does. Now it's starting to go downhill, making its way to the hole. It's going to be on the left side of the cup. And that's okay. So he should be able, about 3 feet, so he should be able to knock that in, but just right at the green in 2. We'll have to put a 5 on the card to stay minus 15.
That putt was well judged, but again, just kicking himself for leaving it down below that ledge and not giving him any realistic chance for birdie.
Let's move up ahead, Will Haskett.
Zhang incredulous as he got to the back of the green. Cannot understand how he went long and left. It's gone down far enough that he's going to have to get this one up in the air quickly to a down slope. Lands it on the green pretty softly, releasing towards the cup. Could this go in? Oh, it just took a peek on the right side. Beautiful touch by Zhang. Wanted birdie when he started on this hole. Will not get it, but will not have to work for his par. He'll stay at 14 under with a tap in, up and down par here at 14.
And we'll go back to Bill Brzezinski again.
All right, well, Sean O'Hara trying to take advantage of that incredible wedge that he hit into this green. That was just a clinic on how to use the slope of the green to slow it down. And now the birdie try from inside a couple of feet, and that's in. Nicely done, Sean O'Hara to 14 under.
Excellent birdie there, and don't forget about Sean. And now he's within a couple shots of the lead, but he took his medicine and then just played to his strength there and hit a beautiful third shot.
And ended up with a great opportunity, much better than Hudson Swafford after missing the green just off the green right. And Sean O'Hara played perfectly, and it pays off with a birdie, so he's back within 2 of the lead, which is Adam Long, 16 under, Bill.
And a little cleanup work now for Hudson Swafford here at the par 5 12th. Gives it a tap, and that goes in. That was just a couple of feet away, so he writes down a 5. I know he was not thinking of that number after that big tee shot down the middle of the fairway. He is still minus 15.
Yeah, just disappointing just to make par there, but again, he is absolutely in the middle of this golf tournament.
Yeah, and has played the back 9 well. We've talked about it. Yet to make a birdie there today. 7 of them so far this week, and that is a missed opportunity. The par 5s you need to get to, a tough back 9, and was unable to get up and down from that second shot just short of the green. So pick up for Sean O'Hara. Hudson Swafford stays 1 back. That means without the birdie at 12, Adam Long up ahead, still in front by 1, Kevin.
And fairway medal in hand. This hole playing the 14th, 626 yards. The par 5, and trying to get as much as he can here with the fairway medal. Full swing. Finish watching this ball as it makes its way down the fairway, and that's going to bound towards the right middle of the fairway. Good shot, good position for his 3rd, Adam Long at 16 under.
Yeah, tough par 5 today, back into the breeze, but he's left that in a very good position.
And a chance at a par 5 there with an up and down. Adam Long could add to his lead. Right now it's Long by 1, 7 under in the round again today, 16 under, and the leader on a Saturday as we continue PGA Tour radio coverage from the Dominican Republic. It is round 3 of the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship.
Easy to feel all right when you're at Puntacana, the Corrales Puntacana Resort and Club Championship. 3rd round winding down. We're on the back 9 with some players finding success today, but it has been volatile. And if you're planning a golf trip this year, boy, this would be a good place to go. And you know what? Connect with the folks at Golf Breaks by PGA Tour, who offer a concierge service and best price guarantee. Maybe we'll be able to get you a nice deal down here in Puntacana. That means you won't have to do any of the organizing while still getting the very best prices guaranteed. You can save time and money when planning your next U.S. or overseas golf vacation. Just visit golfbreaks.com or call 844-676-GOLF to speak with an expert. That's golfbreaks.com or 844-676-GOLF. One of those players with a really good 3rd round going right now, Zhang, just made a par moments ago at the par 5 14th and will now run the gauntlet. It starts at 15 before you get to the Devil's Elbow. Par 4 back into the breeze. He has found the right side of the fairway, and we'll see how much he wants to attack a front right hole location today. Zhang in the fairway here at 15.
Yeah, looking for his best finish on the PGA Tour. Young man coming off the Korn Ferry Tour He finished tied for 14th at the Safeway Open, so he's gotten off to a really good start so far, Earl. And it's it's like almost like a retake for a lot of these guys that had their PGA Tour cards last season, and now with the COVID shutdown, they get a chance to get another taste of the PGA Tour.
And a second chance. He was one of the guys that struggled at the end after the restart, missed the cut in 7 of his final 9 starts in this recently completed season. So good start.